I mean, they really have. I know they beat the Falcons 34-10. They lost to the Ravens 28-6, which it should have been a way closer game, but Dolphins had some really bad drives in the red zone. And then they beat the Bills pretty handily, 30-13. And now they're heading to Madrid to play the Commanders, who have been one of the very worst teams in the NFL this year. They have been really bad and extremely underwhelming. Jaden Daniels got injured. Terry McLaurin's been injured all season. It's just been injuries after injuries, and it's been increasingly obvious they have the oldest defense in the NFL. That defense is really bad. Um, they haven't won a game since the Chargers game. They lost to the Bears 25-24. They should have won that game. They lost to the Cowboys by 22 points. They lost to the Chiefs by 21. They lost to Seahawks, and they got blown out by the Lions. This team is really bad. But I will say this, Marcus Mariota hasn't been terrible. Like, if you're watching the game with your eyes and maybe not with a stat sheet, there's some plays by Marcus Mariota where you're like, hey, pretty solid backup in the year 2025. Not the worst starting backup in the NFL, to be completely honest. This really seems like a trap. And I know I use that word often. A lot of people use that word often, but this just seemingly seems like a trap because the Dolphins has won two of their last three. They seemingly turned a corner after Chris Greer's firing, and they've been the best team out of these two teams here. Jalen Waddle's still dangerous. Devon Achane's one of the scariest offensive weapons in the NFL. Both of them are, to be quite frank. Um, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here. I know this team's square. The Dolphins have been the better team. The Commanders have lost five straight. Dolphins won two of their last three, and they're only -2.5 favorites. I'm of the position here that the Dolphins shouldn't be favored over any team in the NFL, but in this spot they should be because they just beat the Bills, and the Commanders have been increasingly the worst team, and they have this backup in at quarterback, which no disrespect to Marcus Mariota, but Jaden Daniels is still the way better quarterback at this point. Give me the Dolphins here. They seemingly turned a corner. I like how that team played against the Bills last week. If you can stymie Josh Allen at quarterback, I think you could stymie Marcus Mariota at quarterback. But this is the NFL. So most likely the Commanders are due for a win. And what happened last week was a one-off incident with the Dolphins. So would I be completely shocked if the Commanders won this game? Absolutely not, because it's the NFL. But I think the Dolphins have turned a corner here. I am going with Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle. I just think this Commanders team, and especially this Commanders defense, might be in for a hell of a day.